What's up, everybody? What's really good? How's everyone doing today on this beautiful, what is today? Tuesday? Weeks are going by fast. I'm having some technical difficulties over here, but let's work through them on my IG, but it's all good. How's everybody doing out there? LinkedIn, Facebook. I will be quick and Instagram. So hopefully this comes through pretty soon. But if not, we got to just roll with the punches. So anyway, how's everyone doing on this Tuesday? Hopefully your week is off to a great start. Everything is going well. Um, Josh Smith here with the Great Above College Planning. I'm about 10 minutes behind 5, but we do these lives at 5-ish, Monday through Friday. Please share the information with someone else that you may know, benefit from the information, and grow with us as we talk about tips and strategies and different ways to reduce out-of-pocket expenses as it pertains to college. All right. So if you are a parent and your student is nearing college, or maybe you have a student in college, if you, wherever you are in that process, please, check us out with an open mind, listen to what we have to say. You might learn a thing or two. And if you have any questions, you need any clarification, any specific guidance, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can reach me at info@greatabovecp.com, or you can DM me, comment on one of these videos that you see, whether that be on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, any platform that you catch us on, and I'll be happy to get back to you and answer your question to the best of my ability. So with that being said, let's talk just, generally about college planning and what's to come. Pretty exciting. College planning, first of all, can include a lot of different things. Me specifically speaking to you, I'm talking to you here about finances and the bottom line and reducing your out-of-pocket expenses when it comes to paying for college. That within itself can include a lot of different things, including scholarships, financial aid, grants, funding, just a lot of things in general when it comes to reducing your out-of-pocket expenses. And we try to bring it all to you, and we take a holistic approach so you and your family can be in the best situation possible when paying for college. But there's other aspects of college planning that actually make a lot of sense in the form of admissions, essay writing, applications, building your list. A lot of it, all of it matters, and all of it together will make for the best experience, not only for your student, but also for your pocketbook and your family. So with that being said, we're going to talk specifically about college planning on the financial side of things, the best way to maximize your financial aid, award packages, and letters. And it starts with proper planning. Okay, so if you have a rising senior, this is a great video, a great live to start listening to and check out. Maybe take some notes. I won't make things too complicated. I'll keep it very simple. Tomorrow, we're going to do a training, okay? A training that I don't know if we're going to do it at the live at 5, or we may do it at a different time so more people can make it. But we're going to go into a little bit more detail on a course and talk about a course that we'll be doing even more training on, and more specific training, so you can be a part of and you can learn, and we'll kind of break things up section by section, lesson by lesson. So we talk about college planning, and we're going to go based on the acronym of PLAN. Okay, PLAN, really maximizing your financial aid packages, your financial aid money, through having a plan. Okay, and the acronym, once again, PLAN, PLAN. So PLAN starts with the P, and that's obviously position. Okay, so P stands for position in this case. Position. Know how to position yourself, especially if you have a rising senior, financial aid, the FAFSA's coming up right around the corner. You may have a current college student, and if you have a couple years to go before college is something that you really, really need to stress out about, please listen up. So number one, P, position yourself, position your assets to maximize your aid eligibility. So what exactly does that mean? For example, if you have $20,000 in the bank and you want to buy your student a car, buy the car before you complete the financial aid forms, before you complete the FAFSA. Spending that $20,000 on something you're going to have to buy anyway within the near future, do it before you complete the financial aid forms, before you complete the FAFSA. It's not going to be an asset that's going to count against you when it comes to your aid eligibility. So, and there's a lot of other ways when it comes to positioning yourself. If you're self-employed, a lot of things you can do, especially if you have maybe a rising junior or a rising sophomore, because it's a prior look back when it comes to your income, not just your assets. If you're an investor, when it comes to your income, not just your assets. If you're thinking about retiring, getting a second job, maybe you're taking dividends, or you're paying yourself somehow, some way. If you have some control over what you're making or what you have the ability to earn, and if you have a little bit more time before college starts in general, this is something you definitely need to pay attention to. Position yourself, your assets, your income, your family makeup. If you're maybe a separate or split household and you have maybe you're divorced, or maybe your son or daughter, has a parent that lives in another house. What are you going to do, and what's the best way to complete the financial aid forms to maximize your aid, eligibility? Position yourself, position your family, position your assets, your income in a way that maximizes your aid eligibility. How to do that? There's a lot of ways, and everyone's situation is going to be different, but there's a lot of different ways to do that. But you need to be thinking, how do I position my situation to maximize my results when it comes to applying for financial aid? And if you want to know more about that, we will be talking more about that in the course and the training that we have coming up. But position yourself. Number 2 is locate. Okay, so if you have a rising senior, rising junior, even a rising sophomore, you want to start locating. Okay, locate specific colleges that will have a great chance of giving you money. Really simple as that. You hate to go to a school, expect financial aid, only to find out the school doesn't have any money, or historically they don't give any money. So you want to locate and identify prospective colleges where you're adding to your students list that your student is going to look into or maybe even apply to, that provide a great potential for financial aid. Okay, so sometimes if you have a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 need at a specific university, doesn't mean they're going to help you and give you any money. Locate the colleges that have a strong chance of meeting you where you are and in a reasonable way with gift aid before you make your final decision. So position, locate, and then apply and do it right. Okay, so this part right here is more so for the rising seniors, especially people that have kids in college or nearing college, and you are thinking to yourself, you know what? Especially if you have a rising senior, we're not going to get any financial aid. I don't want to waste any time completing the forms because it doesn't make any sense. We make too much money, or we have too much money. We're not going to get financial aid, or we didn't get financial aid for our last student. I don't think we're going to get financial aid for our current student. That is sometimes the biggest myth that needs to be debunked in your mind. You just got to throw it away. Sometimes merit scholarships are based on providing, a specific information within the FAFSA and other financial aid forms, not just need-based financial aid. But you never know. First thing is you have to do is always apply. Second thing you have to do is do it right. Apply and do it right. So when it comes to applying for the financial aid, completing the forms, applying for financial aid, a lot of wealthy clients still receive financial aid because they do it the right way and they're at the right school that has the ability to provide financial aid in the form of scholarships, grants, and whatever it might be, or even favorable loans. So when it comes to the thought that you don't, qualify, you don't know until you do it, and not only just do it, but put your best foot forward. Apply for financial aid and do it right. About 75%, I heard recently that families who actually complete the FAFSA and the financial aid forms make errors and mistakes. And those mistakes will obviously equate to time wasted or lost, and or money wasted or lost. So 1, complete the forms, apply for financial aid. 2, do it right. I have families that I've worked with that make a good amount of money and their students still qualify for a very reasonable amount of financial aid. So if you have any specific questions, reach out to me. And the last thing you want to do is when it comes to plan in the end is when it's all said and done, and this is more so for families that are already beyond school selection, beyond applying, beyond locating the schools and things like that, is you always want to negotiate. okay? Especially if you have a rising freshman or a rising senior, and as you go through this process, and when it's all said and done, negotiate for more money. Unless you have a full ride and everything is completely taken care of, you always want to negotiate for more money. And there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. You can't just say, hey, I want to negotiate, you know, I need more. There's a right way to let the colleges know about your situation that's appropriate within their process, and the wording needs to be done a certain way, but you can win, and it's, you know, the best attempt at getting more money that you can possibly make. They already accepted your student. They may have already given your student some money. Why not ask for more, especially if you need it and you can demonstrate that? You just have to do it the right way. So negotiate. First, you want to position yourself. Positioning yourself, just as a review, is something that you may want to do every year. As things change, as you get older, your income may change, your asset positions may change, you know, your family dynamic could change. Position yourself and reevaluate your positioning to maximize your aid potential. Position yourself, locating the right college. This is something that only can be done through planning, you know, in high school, but locate the right schools that have a good chance of providing you some money. Apply for financial aid and do it every single year. Yes, you have to do it every year, especially if you're receiving financial aid now. You have to do it every year, but do it right, okay? Do it right. That keeps you in a position of receiving financial aid. And then lastly is negotiate, okay? Always ask for more money where you see fit, especially if you need it. Now, we're going to be doing a training going over all these things in greater detail, and we're going to break them down and give you a lot more context and give you a lot more substance that you can actually chew on and use and actually apply to your situation. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the phases of college planning and the phases of how to maximize your financial aid potential. And we're going to talk more about funding. Excuse me. Well, funding will be the last thing, but in the beginning, we're going to talk about saving for college, some of the assets that you may have or you may think about having or acquiring to help you pay for college. We're going to talk about financial aid and how to maximize and why this is so important, maximizing your financial aid. We're going to go into admissions and touch on admissions a little bit. And lastly, we will talk about funding. So definitely, if you're interested in joining us tomorrow to talk about those things, it's going to be a longer process, longer winded. I'll be talking, a lot more. I'll have some visual things and visual aids to kind of help me communicate and articulate some of the things that, convey the messaging that I'll be sharing with you. And if you're interested in being a part of that, DM me here or email me or comment. You got 3 ways to get a hold of me. info@agreatabovecp.com. My name is Josh Smith. We'll love to have you as a part of this group. We want you to get results. So we are we're willing to help as many people as we possibly can. We just want to make sure you are the type of family that can benefit from the information that we're going to be providing. And if you're watching this video and you watch this far, you sure enough will be the type of family that can benefit from this information or the information to come. So with that being said, have a phenomenal rest of your evening. Tuesday evening, tomorrow, we'll be hitting this hard. I'm going to be sending out an email to everyone that's reached out to me already, giving you a heads up in the correspondence as far as how to log in or where to find us, what platform, what time, all the specifics that you'll need to know to be a part of this particular training and so you can get the most out of it. But we are going to start this tomorrow, and then we're going to take it from there. So with that being said, have a great rest of your afternoon, your evening. Enjoy your dinner, your time with your family. And I look forward to seeing most of you, or at least being seen by most of you tomorrow when we jump in and go into greater detail. We'll talk to you all soon. One love. Peace out.